Hello, hello, Taurus. Welcome to your mid-year review. This is going to be good for you if you are a sun, moon, or rising Taurus. And this reading is going to be from July to December of 2018. So I hope you enjoy this reading. As I'm sure you guys know, things change throughout the years. So I figured that I should do a mid-year review just to cover the last 6 months. You know, we're heading into eclipse season. Whoops. And I just want to see and touch up all of this to see if anything has changed. So that is the whole purpose of doing this. And then make sure you're doing your best to stay grounded during the reading. We always like to do that whenever we're doing energetic work. And you're welcome to set an intention for this reading if you're looking for any information in particular. Okay, so starting with a truth bomb for Taurus, we have crush your gimmicks. Okay, what are you living by that isn't quite working? And what are strategies that are no longer working for you either interpersonally? You know, sometimes we have to go through and revise a lot of what was working in the past. So just see if there's anything that you want to fine tune over the next 6 months. And the animal spirit card, I have bat. Okay, I like this because it's, you know, even though, as somebody said in a reading before, that bats aren't blind, I don't know the science of the different species and everything like that. But as they say, you know, being blind is a bat, so it's more metaphorical in the sense that even if you can't see ahead, that's okay. You can still make things happen. You can still crush your goals. You can still get all of these things done even if you can't see what's coming up fully. So remember that for yourself over the next 6 months. Even if you're blind, even if you can't see it, even if you can't see around the corner, there is always something at work for you. And then we have genius. Acknowledge the kindness of your muses. Create time and space for flow. Release your pressure to perform. It's not all up to you. Part of this has to do with asking for help as well. That's going to be a big thing. If you're used to doing everything on your own every day, all the time, then it's going to really, really support you to get help. Ask for, you know, ask for favors now. Maybe you've been on the other side of helping other people out. Maybe it's time to cash in a few of those favors. Okay, so the central energy, the growth period for the next 6 months for you is the 8 of Cups. Big change in the way that you're thinking and the way that you're doing things. So let me see. I'm going to clarify this one. I do have some other cards for circumstances, but I just want to see if I can get any more information for this. We have the Magician. So the way that you cultivate, the way that you make things happen, the way that you manifest is under construction. So that is what you're going to realize is shifting for you and transforming, is that the way you achieve things, and anytime you're manifesting material goods and resources, maybe it's about ease and flow. Maybe before you were more focused on things having to be hard work in order to get there, and perhaps now you're shifting gears and realizing you want things to be easy and flow and just be simpler for yourself. So this is about simplification and things not having to be as hard as you may have believed in the past. Now, when it comes to community and family and friendship, we have the 7 of Swords. Remember that it's okay to leave people behind that don't serve you anymore. You don't have to be mean about it, but at the end of the day, if there is something or somebody that doesn't work for you anymore and it isn't a healthy relationship, it's okay to phase out of that or limit interactions, being more mindful about how much time you're spending with people that may not be at your level. Okay, and this is material resources. We have the Ten of Cups. You're all good there. Tauruses have a tendency to be really solid when it comes to making money, manifesting goods and resources, and the right people and things that you need to produce. So that is actually a gift that you guys have, and it's really going to be shining through over the next 6 months. Now I have 3 advice cards for you. First piece of advice, the Wheel of Fortune, go with the flow. Again, it's a reference back to the bat, the eyesight aspect of not being able to see everything that's coming up, and just being okay with that. Being in acceptance with that is going to be far more beneficial for you than anything else you could possibly do at this time. Is just go with the flow. Be okay with the way things are showing up for you and how things are developing, and the more flexible you are with that, the easier this is going to be. Advice number 2, we have the Hierophant. This is your card. This is about your ability to create structure within your life. This is going to be a really great time for you to introduce habits that you want to carry forward with you throughout the rest of the year and into 2019. You know, start getting movement in, start structuring, because what I'm seeing for this is, in part, it is going to be about healthy habits and what you're doing to support your body. Is there a regular activity that you do that helps? Do you exercise? Do you have any practitioners that you like working with? All of that is going to support you. So make sure you have that dialed in, as well as any work that you want to do around mindset and personal growth is always a plus. Just make sure that you're giving your life a little bit of structure, and it's going to put you at ease. And the third piece of advice is the 5 of Swords. Again, it's about being really clear and intentional about what it is that you want to move away from. It's not always easy to identify, and I completely understand that, but check in with your body. Remember that your body has a lot of information, so don't ignore it. If something gives you anxiety, if there's a lot of resistance somewhere, if something isn't working for you, then just give yourself a little bit of room to breathe with all of that, and just check in with yourself and see how you're doing on a physical level, because that's going to give you a lot of information about what you need to clean up and what you need to leave behind. Okay, and so the way that I have structured these 2 cards is basically dependent on whether or not you're doing the work. So whatever that means for you, maybe it's following this advice, maybe it's working on yourself and improving yourself and growing, but that's what I'm reading as the work. So if you make an effort and you push yourself, this is the outcome for you. And this is if you're not doing anything, you are just in the same cycle, you don't make any changes and you don't grow. We have the Knight of Cups. So it looks like at some point or another, you are going to be in a position where you have to kind of out yourself and communicate your feelings. It's going to come up whether you like it or not. You can clam up and shut everything away and, you know, not express yourself, but the idea is that you're going to be given more and more opportunities to challenge yourself if you don't take them. So the Knight of Cups is kind of like making an approach to you and bringing you these opportunities, but it's up to you whether or not you want to reach out and take them and take advantage of the lessons that can come from that growth. And if you are actively working on yourself, you have the Strength card. This is if you're really paying attention to your body, doing things differently, resting when appropriate. And it seems that you get a great deal of personal power that comes from your work. So I think that heading into 2019, you're going to be on fire. You're going to have a lot of things that are going really well. So there is a lot to be had from this year, from the next 6 months. If you put in the time, if you look at things as how can you make them easier and how can you detoxify your energy and the people that you have around you. Not many people talk about, cleansing your friendships, like cleansing your palate from the people that may not be good for you. So there's a lot to be had here. Just remember that it's up to you. And if you don't take the opportunities now, they're just going to keep coming. The lesson is going to repeat itself until you freshen up your approach. And so the way that this is, I'm taking it back to the way I used to do readings, where I have it divided up into circumstances and love life for a timeline. These are about a month and a half long. So we have July to mid-August, mid-August to September, October to mid-November, and through the end of the year. So first quarter, we have the moon. It might make you feel like you don't have it all figured out, you don't know exactly what's going on, or like you're not completely aligned and clear on your personal sense of direction. There might be a lot of stuff that's still up in the air. Just breathe into that. Remember that this is eclipse season, so an eclipse season is naturally going to shake things up for you. It is going to bring in a lot of new insights, and it is going to be an emotional time because it is in Cancer, the eclipse this year. So just remember that and allow yourself to take more of a mutable approach during this eclipse season, because that's going to be your best friend. If you can be a little bit more adaptable in terms of the direction that you're going to have better results. And in terms of love life, whether you're single or in a relationship, we have the 10 of Pentacles. I think you have a really clear idea around what you want in terms of foundation, long term, really starting to look at the big picture and identify and conjunctly build that exact thing. So you're in the process of building it, manifesting it, cultivating it. Quarter two, Justice. So after eclipse season, this is through September, so mid-August to September. So when the dust settles, you're going to come out of the eclipse season seeing things much more clearly. And this is the confusion card, the moon. And so you're moving into a place where you're more even-keeled, you feel more balanced, you are seeing the full picture of what's going on. And this is where you're really able to find a new approach to the way you're doing things. And when it comes to love life, we have the 6 of Wands. This is victory, pleasure, moving forward, getting the things that you want out of specific relationships. Of course, relationships, they come in all shapes and sizes and styles. So this isn't concrete, but it is something where if you're leading with alignment, things are naturally going to fall into place and you're going to see that you're getting closer to getting what you want. All right, third quarter, we have King of Wands. Okay. Personal power, moving forward. I think that towards the end of the year, you're going to feel almost like a second wind. Like you finally have that energy to get a whole bunch of stuff done, be super productive. This looks a little more tiresome, like things are in the incubator at the beginning of the eclipse season, July, August, and then the energy starts to build and you're really, really moving forward by the third quarter. So I think this is the end of the year push for you, and the In your romantic life, we have the King of Pentacles. This is somebody who's able to provide in a way that matches your vibration. So you know how we all have give and take, reciprocity within relationships. For you, this is somebody who can match your productivity, who can match your ability to provide and to give and to nourish. So this is, or it's like your partner stepping up and really owning that role in your life. So this looks good to go. It's very, very secure, which Taurus is all about. Okay, and then fourth quarter, the environment, we have the Seven of Swords, still working on cleansing for you. That is the theme of this whole thing, is walk away from what doesn't work. You know, we have Eight of Cups, Seven of Swords, Five of Swords. Those are all change in perspective and cleansing, moving forward cards. So for you, it's going to be big on saying goodbye to the stuff that doesn't work. And in your love life, we have the Ace of Chalices or the Ace of Cups. Okay, a renewed love, connection, intimacy, a deepening sense of connection, I guess, is what's coming up. And I think that this is one good for you if you are looking for partnership, because it's just showing that there's a lot going on where you're going to be able to manifest that. It's something that you do have the ability to do. That's a common question I get. Will I find love? Will I manifest love? And it really does depend on whether or not you're actively manifesting, whether or not you're putting yourself in a position where potential partners and soulmates can make their way to you, all of that good stuff. So just remember that it's a good time to do that, as well as if you're in partnership. It's like that, the warm and fuzzies around the holiday season. Like end of the year, December, January, that time. Okay, so as you all know, 3-card pick. You're welcome to pick a card, any card, or wait till I flip them over, whatever feels right for you. And card number 1, 3 of Pentacles, working on it, just all the work. I think that you're really going to be committed to building. And this is something that you want to monitor your efforts and just really ask yourself if the intention that you're setting and the direction that you're going is working for you, and if there's any way that you can make this an easier process for yourself. Card number 2, we have the Empress. So this is all about divine femininity. It's about owning the parts of yourself that are able to receive, the parts of yourself that are able to create. That is what the feminine is for. That is the purpose of having divine femininity on the planet. And so for you, this is about production, creativity, making things happen. And card number 3, we have, oh, sorry, they're upside down. We have the 2 of Swords. It's okay to not know. It's okay to not know what's coming up. It's okay to not know what the next step is. This is a reference to the bat as well. So, that being said, it's just about processing through all of this and just coming out the other side, regardless of what you have to walk through in present time. Okay, so that is all for the reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing. Don't forget to check out my other YouTube channel. And this would be a great time if you would like to get your cards read, if you would like to work with me one-on-one. I do 6-month readings, so you're welcome to check those out. They're all in the description boxes below, all my services. So click on any one of the links and you'll find them. But this would be a great time to just check in and get a reading to see what your last half of the year is going to look and feel like for you. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. Have a beautiful rest of the year, Taurus, and until next time, I hope you have a wonderful time manifesting, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.